Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this HP Envy laptop 13-BA0003TU. Alright, the model number is right there, super tiny. Anyways, this has a broken hinge, so we're going to be taking the screen assembly out so that we can fix that. First thing we're going to do is remove the little rubber feet here. I just get my fingernail in there. You can use little plastic pry tools or whatever works for you. I cut my fingernails kind of short now, so let's see if we can get this out. Okay, you can see we got some of the rubber out, but it's not quite lifting the adhesive, so I'm going to have to use a small flathead screwdriver and see if we can pry up the adhesive. So we're going to get it in there. We're going to go under and see if we can kind of get under some of this. So get under there. Okay. And we'll peel this up just like this and peel this one. All right. So it's best to grab the clear adhesive part, don't pull on the rubber, and then we'll peel that up. That way it will try and keep the two pieces together. It's not very sticky, so I don't know if it will stick back down, but we'll find out. All right, so we'll set that aside. Next thing, we'll check. There might be some underneath this as well. So what you do, again, you peel up a little bit of the rubber, then you can get a small flathead screwdriver or whatever underneath that adhesive strip. Once you get that started, once you get that started underneath the adhesive strip, you would peel at the adhesive strip, not the rubber. All right, so peel that up, and let's see, are there any hidden screws here? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so we can actually leave this one alone. We'll stick that back down. There we go. Okay, hopefully it will stay stuck down. This seems like it might peel back out. Anyways, we're going to be using a T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver to remove the two screws up here, and then we're going to be using a JS1 or J1 screwdriver, I believe, on the back here. So let's go ahead and remove the T5 or Torx 5 screws on the front. You want to keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. The way I do that, I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So we got two in the corners here, and then we got two in the corners up here. All right, so we'll remove these two screws. Let's go ahead now and see about using the J1 or JS1. Let me actually zoom out a tiny bit more. There we go. And yep, these are JS1 or J1 screws. Let's remove those. Okay, there's only 4 screws, so I don't know. I have a feeling this bottom cover is going to be difficult to remove. I'm going to be using a suction cup and see if we can pull that up at all. And as you can see, no, it's going to be a pain. How about, can we pull from here? Yeah, this bottom cover I can tell is going to be a pain. So I'm going to pull up from here and see if I can get my fingernail in there to pop it. We might have to use a metal pry tool or something. Yeah, I don't think that's going to come out. What about from the front? I got to be careful because the hinge is broken. But I'm going to get my fingernails here, and then I'm going to push on the palm rest and see if we can pop this. And no, we cannot. So most likely got to use like a very thin tool. I'm going to use this metal tool and see if I can get it in the gap when I lift this up. Okay, keep in mind again, this is not going to be an easy to remove cover. Yeah, it's not wanting to come out at all. Let's see, how can we remove this? Wow, this cover is super strong, tight in there. I'm not sure how we're going to get this out. Let's see, can I, okay, when I lift here, it does form a gap, but I don't know where the clips are. It doesn't seem to want to unclip. So, oh, there we go. Okay, so we got it started. All right, and I feel like this clip also kind of pulled up a little bit. All right, so once you kind of get part of it going, I think the rest will kind of be a little bit easier. So I can get this tool in here a little bit, and then I can kind of try it a little this way, and you can see it's popping out. So work my way down, and then wherever I feel it's stuck, I will pull up like this, okay? Like that. But let's see, because it's not quite pulling away, but let's see. How about further down here? Yeah, this, wow, this cover is on there super tight. I don't know how we're going to get that out. Okay, can see we got part of this up, but only part of it. Where's the clips here? Okay, maybe now that we got some of it up, can we pull this? No. Wishful thinking. Let's work our way onto this side. I'm going to pull up here, and same thing, try and get the tool in there. Okay, and we can kind of get this in this gap here, and then, oops, once you get in the gap, work your way down and kind of just keep trying to pry it up. Jeez, this thing is like tough. Like, why are the screws even needed? There's no way this is gonna come out on its own. You see, like, how much I'm prying it, and it's not popping the clips. Let's continue going down this side, because at least on this side we kind of got some of the clips going. You can see I can kind of pull it apart. Where's the next clips? I don't feel it. Interesting. Let's see if I can see inside. Okay, so it looks like the clips, they go into the side of the cover this way. So we're gonna work the tool inwards and then pull this way. All right, so we're gonna pull this way to get the clips away, and it kind of worked up till there. Where are the clips back here? You gotta be careful when you start sticking tools and stuff in here, because you don't know what's going on underneath the cover, and that doesn't seem to want to come out. So let's try and do this again. Okay. Huh. It doesn't want to come out. Jeez. Look, I can like put it completely flat and it's not popping any clips. What is this? What kind of mounting system is this? Okay, this is, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, maybe now that we got the side, I can kind of bow this upwards to pull these in. Usually that's the case. Okay, so I'm gonna get my fingers in here. I'm gonna push down on this side to kind of flex it down and see if we can get it to unclip. Or do I just need to use more force? I don't know. I don't like to use too much force if I can help it. See, uh-oh, I think our clip broke there, and I don't want that to happen. So, how are we gonna do this? It's like it's not going to come out at all. Okay, what about, can we go over around this way? I'm gonna end up breaking it trying to get this thing open. Where, how, what? Okay, this side seems to be popping open. Good. Just continue working my way down here. Perfect. Working my way down the front. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, there we go. It's working. Slowly working our way around the front. Okay, that's working. Now that we got the front, we can go on the side. Same thing, and we're getting here, and then we're just pulling it up, the tool up, and you can see it's popping those clips. Over here. I don't know about this side. This side doesn't want to come out. Okay. And this side is the one where, I don't know. This thing is so difficult to get apart. What is this? Ouch, I can't even get, oh, okay, there we go. We got that, and I think, okay, so it looks like maybe these two clips broke. The rest seem to be intact. So yeah, this cover's super difficult to get off. And yeah, that's why I don't just like edit videos and say like, remove the bottom cover, and then all of a sudden the bottom cover is off, because you never know. These things can be a huge pain in the butt to take apart. All right, here we go. We'll dust this off a little bit. Okay, next thing we gotta do, obviously, we're gonna disconnect the battery, especially since we're going to be messing with the LCD LVDS connector and removing the whole screen assembly. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually undo the screws for the battery. Let me get a screenshot or a thumbnail here. Okay, so I'll leave that there like that. And then let's undo these screws using the JIS1 or J1 screwdriver. 4 going along the top. Okay, make sure to get all these screws out. And it looks like 2 along the bottom. Okay, 2, 3, and the 4th one here. There's the 4th one. Then we got 2 down here, so we'll remove that and that. Okay, now that we got these 6 screws out, we're going to go ahead and lift this up carefully. Right, and then we got the wing connection here for the battery. I use my fingernails at the wings, and then I just wiggle it left, right, or top, bottom, whichever, depending which way you're looking at it. And now that you can see the exposed connectors here from pulling it like this, we can now pull the entire battery out. Okay, so let's come out here, and we're gonna lift the battery back up. I like to go from under here so I can reach it, and then pull that connector, and here you go. Battery model number is BN03XL. All right, BN03XL. We'll set that battery aside. And then, because our main goal is to remove the screen, we're going to be removing the wireless antennas and the LCD, LVDS connectors, things like that. All right, let's go ahead and peel this up. I'm going to give you a little bit of a closer look here. I'm going to carefully peel this away. And here you can see the wireless card. All right. Be careful when peeling this up. Oh, it looks like one of the antennas is peeling itself up. Right? They have this hard plastic thing here holding the antennas down. Did this antenna break itself already? So let's see. Did it release or is it broken? Okay, it released itself. All right. Sometimes the solder job on these antennas is really bad. So I always like to be careful when removing these, and if I can avoid it, I wouldn't, but let's go ahead and remove this. So they have this hard plastic thing holding it down, so you want to carefully peel that up. You got antenna number 2 here, and they actually label it with the black arrow, and then the white arrow is the auxiliary one, and that's number 1. So we're going to pull up on that, again on the tail. Okay, so those antennas are out. One thing to do after disconnecting, oh, I gotta be careful again because the hinge is broken here. So I'm gonna have to squeeze this, pinch the screen to hold that. All right, we're gonna hold the power button here for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. This makes it a lot safer to work on, all right, especially since we're gonna be removing the screen cables and stuff. You wanna be very careful with that, all right? So we'll hold it a few more seconds. There we go. Carefully close this back down, and I'm gonna push on the hinge, right? Because the hinge is broken there. Okay, so we got that out. We're gonna worry about these afterwards. This is the DC jack charge port connector underneath the hinge, but there's the connector. It comes out just like the battery one. There's an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD here. I'm not going to take that out, but there's one screw. Once you do that, you can pull this up and then pull it back. And then you'll have to separate this metal plate from the SSD. Pretty sure there's a thermal pad sticking it to there. You got the touchpad, trackpad connector here. You got the speaker connected here, which has a wire running along here, the blue and white one, to the other speaker there. Keyboard connector here. This has a little flip latch that you flip up. And then this is the keyboard backlight connector. Keyboard backlight. All right, LCD LVDS connectors right here. There's a super tiny cable here, which I'm not sure what it's for. It says JIR1. If somebody knows, feel free to mention it. Maybe that's the power button. No, the power button's on this side. So I don't know what that cable is, but it has that. Okay, here's the LCD LVDS connector. We're gonna flip this latch up. Okay, just get in like that, and then after that you gotta lift it slightly up, okay, and then pull it back so that way these wings can clear the raised plastic mounts. So there we go. All right, and yeah, let's go ahead and now zoom out. Okay, so when I go to remove the screen assembly, I'm gonna have to carefully open up the screen here. All right, there's also this cable here that we need to remove, but right now we can't pull it out because there's not much slack. So I'm gonna hold down where the broken hinge is. We're gonna slowly, carefully open up the screen. Okay, and I like to open it usually to about 90 degrees. Sometimes you gotta open it wider than that. And then we can hang the screen off the edge of the desk. We're gonna remove the screws for the hinges here, okay? Yeah, and keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths, and mixing them up can damage the computer. Right, so we got those two, and then we'll get these two. All right, and now that we got all the hinge screws out, we can actually lift the whole screen assembly up. Be careful because this cable is going to come up. We do need to take that out as well. Okay, so we'll lift this up, and then we got to disconnect this cable. I know it's not clear, but right, we'll take the wireless antennas out as well. And there we go. We got the screen assembly out. Heatsink. Sorry, let me zoom in a little bit. So this is the CPU is underneath here. It's soldered to the motherboard. You can't replace that. And I think I already mentioned everything else on this board. RAM is soldered to the motherboard, so you can't upgrade that. We're gonna set this aside now. Okay, and then we're gonna work on repairing this. So here you can see this thing kind of actually pops away from here. If you get underneath, you can actually separate the clips. And we're gonna try and separate the screen because on this one, you can see how wobbly this hinge is. It's because the hinge mounting mechanism is broken. You can see this one's good, it doesn't move anywhere. Okay, so what we're gonna do, if I can, I'm gonna get my fingernails in the gap here between the metal frame and the rubber as well as the glass. And I'm gonna pull on that and push with my thumb on the back. So I'm gonna pull on that and push with my thumb like this to try and separate. You can actually hear it separating. And actually, is it bending there? Oh, that's crazy. I don't know if it bent because the hinge as well, but we're gonna try and separate this. And I might have to be careful because right now the screen works. I don't wanna try and separate it too far to where the screen might break. So here you can see we can kind of pull this apart a bit. And before, the glass was actually separating from the plastic part. So however they secure this, I don't know, they use some strong adhesive or something, so it's not easy to just pull this apart. Okay, I'm gonna push on this a little bit and pull, and let's see here. There you go. Okay, it's separating some, and we have to be very careful. Hopefully the screen will make it out alive, because yeah, this process takes quite a bit of force, and the only reason I'm attempting this is because the hinge was already peeling itself out. The only problem with this is to fix this hinge. I don't really have access to this bottom side unless we can somehow separate this a lot more. As you can see, okay, it's coming up. You can see the, oops, sorry. You can see the two screws there, they're not holding anymore. And that's very bad. I gotta be careful here. This is slippery. Okay, and you can see how the antennas go underneath, and then this goes here. So I don't know, if you can't remove this, how would you do that? Like, this is not something that normally someone would be pulling open like this, but all right, let's see. I'm gonna get a popsicle stick in here if I can. Can I? I don't know. Okay, there we go. So I got a popsicle stick in there between the two parts, and then you can actually see the hinges here. So what I'm going to do, I just want to pop these things out. Hopefully this wireless antenna is okay. Looks kind of bad, but I'm going to just remove this. And normally you can't get it out this way. The only reason I can get it out this way is because the hinge is broken. So I don't know how you would normally do this. Let's see if I can undo these screws here a little, at least a little bit. Nope, it's just twisting. Okay, it's just twisting. So can I pry out this broken plastic stuff to get it to fall completely through? I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. What about, can I pry it out? Okay, I think I can pry it out, but I gotta make sure the plastic doesn't fall into the computer. So I'm gonna pry it this way. Oop, I dropped it. I was like, so the plastic doesn't fall in, and then the whole screw fell in there. Can I get it out? There we go. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with the other one. We gotta pry the screw out because we don't want that. Oh, it fell out by itself. There we go. All right, and basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to use some JB Weld, and I'm gonna have to epoxy this thing into place. Okay, so this is gonna have to rotate back in somehow. Okay, you see that? This thing is not easy to maneuver. And how are we gonna get all this cabling and stuff back in properly like this? Okay, so it'll kind of sit in, and then we're just gonna have to clip everything back down. You can see it's not simple. And my other worry is if we just slather JB Weld on there. So first we gotta get this out again. Okay, I'm gonna maybe get the popsicle stick back in there. Okay. And hopefully the screen will be okay. So if I just slather JB Weld in there, it's gonna go on the back of the screen, which is kind of risky. So I don't know, how would you safely do this? I don't know. I'd have to put something on this side, and then, yeah, I don't know how I would do this. It might end up just, both pieces end up stuck together like that, because I have no choice. So, how would I do this safely? There's not even a safe way to open the screen, I don't think. Hopefully the screen is completely okay, intact. Give me a second, I need to check some messages here. All right, so I need to figure out JB Weld situation here, because we will have to get some in there somehow, but I don't know how I'll get that. It's gonna all stick to the back of this, which isn't going to be good. How could I do this one? Maybe I have to, I'm not too sure how I would do this, because peeling this whole screen up will likely end up destroying the screen. So yeah, I'm not sure, especially since this is separating here. I might have to just put a little bit and hope that will be okay. All right, so we're gonna get some JB Weld on both the back and then a little bit on the front, and then hopefully we can assemble it and it will work out. All right, so we're gonna move the screen assembly to the side for now, and we're gonna get the JB Weld here, and I need to get my mixing tools. Okay, don't need that. Okay, got this. So how much are we gonna need here? We don't want too much. All right, so first we'll start with the white. And there are 3 places to put the JB Weld. So I'm gonna squeeze 1, 2, 3, maybe this much. That's probably too much, but it's okay. It's better to make more than not enough and then have to worry about it afterwards. Okay. There we go. Then we'll take the black part. Right. And we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, there we go. Close this back up. All right, and we're gonna stir the two parts together, make it nice and uniform. This, get a nice even gray. Okay, scrape it all up off from the bottom. Okay, scrape that up. All right, there we go. So we got that all stirred up. Next, we gotta, oops, don't get it on the paper towel. Next, we gotta get it into the hinges here. And this is going to be tricky. I'm not sure how I'm going to get this without it just sticking to itself here. I can't even get that big of a gap here. It's kind of scary to even apply that much force to this. I'm worried the screen's gonna break. Hopefully it didn't or won't. All right, so we're gonna get this and we're just gonna kind of spread it on here and here. And we gotta be careful because it's probably gonna end up getting everywhere. Okay, so we got the front and stuff slathered. Okay, and we gotta slather it on the back as well. Make sure it doesn't go too much here. And it's tough because I can't just smear it around on the other side. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a piece of this plastic stuff and I'm gonna stick it onto the front, so hopefully it will prevent a little bit of the sticking to the rest, to the back of the LCD. Kind of want to try and prevent it from sticking to the LCD itself. Okay, so we have this stuff and we'll cut a piece here. So I'm going to stick this to the front or top of this stuff like that. Okay, so that way it will protect itself from the other side. Okay, and now we gotta get the other side, so let's see if we can rotate this to get in. Be careful. Okay, so it's in there. I don't know, it's not completely. And then now we're gonna get the hinge over here and put the JB weld as well. This side, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cover it though, so let's see. So got in here, and on this, I'm gonna actually fill the broken area because I can actually have access to that. And we're just gonna fill that up like this. Fill that up like that. Okay. And in this case, I'll probably just over flood that area, and then when we put the plastic, hopefully it will prevent it from sticking. I don't know if I can put the plastic there, but I'll try. Okay, so look at this over here. Oh yeah, that's a lot. Okay, let's see, how can I, too much. How can I pull this stuff back in? Because I do need to put it on this side, but I do want the plastic to prevent it from sticking to everything, but I don't think I'll have that ability. Let's see. Try and cut a piece of this. Yeah, this one's gonna be tough. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but we'll try. All right, so I'm accidentally getting some up here, which I don't actually want to happen, but it is what it is. I can't really prevent it. I'm gonna put my finger here to try and hold this away, and let's see if we can put some of the JB Weld on this area and some over here. Yeah, I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we'll find out. All right, we're gonna now stick this plastic over here to try and prevent it from sticking all over if I can. I don't know if it's gonna work. There's not much room here. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Come on, get in there. I have to use like a screwdriver to shove it down. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this thin tool to get it more into place. Okay, there we go. And let's see if I can somehow seat this. I'm going to pull the popsicle stick out of here. Okay, I'm going to carefully close this, make sure the cables and stuff go the right way. Let's go ahead and wipe off the excess up here. We don't want that to glue itself together. And let's see, can we close this properly? And get the antenna wires in place. Close that up. Push this down. All right, so I'm gonna try and seat this. I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna close this all up, click everything into place. And get that. Okay, and hopefully we're gonna leave this here. I'm gonna let this set overnight. This stuff does take 15 hours to set properly, but I want it to sit and see. Hopefully this will be completely solid tomorrow. You can see how you can see how kind of solid this one is, and you can see how this one can kind of wiggle a lot more. Hopefully after this sits overnight, then it will be set in place. That's the goal. All right. So yeah, we'll let this sit overnight, 15 hours or so, and then we'll revisit it, see if we can add more JB Weld possibly, but I have a feeling it's gonna stick these two layers together and we might not be able to open it up. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys in maybe 15 hours. All right, so it had time to set overnight. You can see here, much more solid now. Same thing with this. Let's see if we can pull out the plastic. I'm gonna try and pop these clips here and see if we can pull this stuff out. Probably not, but let's try. Right, we're gonna try and pull this away. Oh man, it's stuck. Okay, well, we might be stuck with that stuff in there. Try and pop that out so we can pull this plastic out. At least get some of it, the exposed stuff out. You can see this one, there's all this plastic that we left here. Let's see, will this pop out or is it permanently stuck now in place? It might be permanently stuck in place now. Let's see. Pull the screen, the glass away a little bit. Get this in there. Okay, I'm trying to pop the plastic layer out. Okay, we can get it up a tiny bit here. But it looks like it might be. Let's see, can I pull this out? There we go. Okay, separated the layer. Let's go ahead now and get out this plastic that we put there. Okay. Now we we should be able to seal this up. There's a little bit of the JB Weld stuff. Let's try and clean it. Alright, then we can go ahead and clip this back down. Clip this all back down. Alright, looks good. And then let's reassemble, and hopefully nothing got messed up along the way. So here the thing can go in like this. I'm gonna make it, let's see, we should be able to put the screen in without having to put it off the edge of the desk. So the difficult one will be this little cable here, so make sure that latches up, and then we're gonna try and get it in like this. Okay, so I know it's hard for you guys to see. Let me see here. See if I can get a better view. Okay, so we're gonna hold it up at an angle so that way it's in within the hinge area. Okay, and then we're gonna try and get this guy in there. All right, once you get that, slide your finger over the top to latch it down. All right, we're gonna also do the LCD LVDS connector over here. All right, slide your finger over to latch it down. Perfect. And then we got the wireless antennas as well, but those we just need to make sure they're in the right place. So now that we got this and this is in, we can fold the hinge down just like that. Okay, and you saw it closed okay. We didn't have to worry, it's not breaking off. Right, we got this side, we're gonna fold that down as well. Perfect. And now let's get these screws back in. 2 screws on each side. So we got this one here. Get that screw in. Get this screw in. Okay, now we got those 2. And we're gonna get these 2 in. Okay. When you get these screws in, make sure there's nothing in the way of the screw hole. You don't want to accidentally like screw it through a cable or something. Okay, get those in. Perfect. Now we got to get the wireless antennas back in. Okay, there's this hard plasticky thing that's gonna probably make it difficult, but let's see. All right, so we got antenna, what is it labeled, 1 and 2, right? Okay, so number 1 goes to the outside. Oops, sorry, I'm going that view. So number 1 goes to the outside connector. Make sure to line it up. Sorry, I don't know if I'm blocking the way. I can't see what I'm recording while I'm trying to get this in. And then just click it down. Oh, maybe I should just peel this off completely. Let's peel this off completely. Okay, there we go. It's out of the way. Oops. Line that up and click it down. There we go. Then antenna number 2, same thing. Line it up and click it down. There we go. Now that we got both antennas in place, you can stick this thing back down on top of it, and then we can stick this back down on top of it. All right. Everything's good. Let's zoom back out. Now we got to get the battery back in. Okay. So battery, you got to get this in just like that. Right? And then it helps to kind of pinch both sides at the same time. Get that clicked in. Make sure the battery falls into place properly, and we get these 6 screws back in. All right. One down here, another one down here. Right, then we got the 4 up here. Two, 3, 4. go. All right. And then we'll get this bottom cover back on. All right. Usually you want to line up the bottom first at an angle because those usually hook into place. Let's see. Click it down. Okay, work your way up the sides and then to the back here. Just like that. Click everything in. Make sure the clips in the middle also click in. Okay, we have the two JS or J1 screws in the corners here, and then the two T5s. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And yeah, if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't contribute that way, it would help a lot if you can watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. All right, so last few screws, and then we'll power this up and see what happens. The main battery very likely acts as a CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery as well, so there's a very good chance it's going to take a while to start up when we turn this on. Does this have a clip that's not clipped in? Why does it look bumpy here? I don't know why this part looks bumped a little bit. Let me take this screw back out and double check, because if there's a clip there that didn't go in, we're gonna have to try and pop it back. But this cover was a huge pain to remove, so I don't know if I can even get this back out to check that clip. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Oh my god, these clips are way too strong. Okay, well, there we go. All right, let's get the screw back in. It still looks a little bit wavy, but I don't know. All right, let's get the rubber piece back. Get that in. And work your way all the way out to the other side. Usually I'll put one side down and then go to the other side and stick that side down. And then we will have it kind of meet in the middle. And then work our way back out. All right, just like that. All right, let's power this up and see what we got. You can see the hinge works well now. It's not broken. Power button is lighting up. And again, it's likely going to take a while for it to show anything on the screen because the battery also acts as the BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery. So give it some time. Come on. The light's still on. Nothing's happening yet. Hopefully nothing's weird with the screen cable. Hopefully the screen didn't get damaged in the process, because this was difficult to open up. Let's see. The light is still on. Nothing's on the screen. This is worrying me. Oh, there you go. CMOS reset. Okay. All right. It says to press enter. We press enter, and now it should boot normally. I don't know why HP and Dell and a few other companies did that. It makes people scared. But there you go. HP logo is up. And it should be good. It's loading Windows 11. All right, not really much else to show. We'll wait till it starts up, and we should be good to go. Since we didn't replace anything and we just repaired a hinge, we shouldn't really need to do any restarts or anything. It is taking a while to boot. I want to make sure it boots all the way. But other than that, looks like we're good to go. All right, come on. All right, screen went completely black. And I just heard the Windows 11. There we go. Okay, so you can see, yeah, that time is incorrect. It's not 1911 or 7:11 a.m. Wednesday, it's not Wednesday either. It's September 28th. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Let's turn the brightness up and we should be good. The Hinge is working well. All right, hopefully this helped. Again, thanks for watching. I like to restart even though we likely don't need to, but yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.